Hi, my name's Tim Mills, and I'm one of the co-owners and founders of A Place to Call My Home. Our homes were created in 2009. My partner, Mark Moore, and I founded A Place to Call My Home in Eason House due to the fact that we wanted to see better care in a different way for people with memory loss. Our concept is simple. Registered nurse owned and operated does mean a lot. Because of the vast experience in healthcare, we're able to identify issues prior to them becoming true issues, such as urinary tract infections, any kind of illness, be it a cold or flu. And so we're able to adjust the care needs on a daily basis. We like to say that we provide person-centered care, and that's one of the true philosophies of our home. Each person that lives in our home is an individual, and their care should be customized to meet their individual needs. One of the key principles of what we do is based on the right people in the right place, and we do thorough screening of our people and intensive training with continuing education. It's very important. One of the other components is our caregiver to resident ratio. On day shift from 7 in the morning till 7 at night, we have 2 caregivers, and then at 7 at night to 7 in the morning, we have 1 caregiver. We found that level of care to be very productive and meaningful in the ability to give that one-on-one time to our residents that we serve. But there's not a cookie-cutter method for activities, for meals, and just daily needs. We prepare all of our meals on site in the home, and we also offer resident choice. Breakfast and lunch can be chosen from a variety of things. We use a lot of fresh foods, and dinner as well. And we find that our clients even give us recipes, and our families come in and cook and enjoy our kitchens and in our family style home. One of the key principles and one of our ultimate goals is to provide the ultimate sense of home. All of us need to feel like we belong and have a place that is our home. And that's what we achieve with the model that we have created. Our families have pictures of their loved ones, their wedding pictures, even bringing in pieces of furniture that are familiar and bring back long-term memories. One of the very special things about our homes is that we don't just buy a home and put a wheelchair ramp on the outside and call it an adult care facility. We actually remodel the entire interiors. We look for homes that were built in the 50s and 60s in beautiful neighborhoods with beautiful settings. And then we take the interior and remodel it. One of our hallmarks is we do spa bathrooms in every single home, multiple spa bathrooms. We allow the client to have the ability to have a full shower to their last days of life, no matter what their mobility issues. We also have bidets in several of our homes and very well appointed living spaces. All of our doors have been widened, and all of our flooring, paint colors, etc. have been designed to make living with dementia more palatable. One of the things that we've done in all of our homes is we put can lighting in every single room. With dementia, sundown syndrome is very common, where the confusion increases as darkness comes. Therefore, we have can lighting in every resident's room, as well as in all living spaces. When the sun goes down, our can lighting goes up, and we have found, just through our experience, that this eases the sundown syndrome and makes the evening time much better for our clients suffering with Alzheimer's and dementia. One of the things I have learned through my passion and through the movement of creating these homes is what a hideous and horrible disease Alzheimer's and dementia is. I truly did not understand it until I actually worked within the field and have been doing this for several years. It robs our families of the person they knew and loved, and it robs the person of who they were. And so that being said, how can we enhance living with it? Enhancing living with such a horrible disease is very challenging, but I feel through our efforts that we've discussed previously that we've done that. And we feel there is no better way to do what we do. And we keep continuing to improve. And we're very excited to change the world maybe one resident at a time, but we'd love to change the way Alzheimer's and dementia is being treated and cared for within our society. A part of our care model that, as a nurse, I'm extremely proud of is our personal nurse advocate program. Each one of our residents and the family is assigned a personal nurse advocate. That nurse is assigned to do a monthly assessment on the residents and to communicate with the physician, to communicate with the family, and multi-healthcare disciplines. This enables us to maintain and redirect all healthcare issues in a timely manner. It also gives the families a tool to monitor the health and progression of each and every resident that lives in our home. We're very excited about this. It's an opportunity that a nurse of over 20 years has joined us to do, and it promotes a sense of security for all of us, knowing that we don't miss a turn when it comes to our residents' health.
Previously, my mom had been in a traditional facility, probably maybe 150 beds, just, very much what you think of when you think of assisted living. And initially the care was great. When we chose the place, things were wonderful. I think we made the right decision at the time. However, ownership changed and things began to go downhill very quickly. So, just talking with other families and seeing what was happening with my mom made me realize that we had to do something, although I didn't want to move her because she was so familiar with the surroundings. And, that's part of Alzheimer's, is keeping them in, familiar place. That helps settle them and calm them. And I really dreaded moving her, but I knew that time came when we just didn't have a choice. So I went through a place for Mom, and they recommended that I come out and visit Eason House. And my daughter and I came out, and skeptical, weren't familiar with this type of setting, really didn't know anything about it. But we came out, and the minute we walked in the door, we knew we were home. It's very hard to describe without actually coming in and seeing and visiting, but it is literally like being at home, except better, because your laundry's done for you, your cooking's done for you, your cleaning. But the staff, it truly became family to us. When we moved in, the day after, I came to visit my mom and found, actually one of the staff members asked me, had I seen her feet? And I said, no, I hadn't seen her feet. So she took her slippers off, and her feet were so badly infected with a fungal infection. Her toenails were so long, I'm not sure how they even got shoes on her. And this was from the other facility. Despite the fact that I was paying the podiatrist to come in monthly, I was receiving those bills, she was supposedly seeing him. This is the kind of shape that she was in. And I mean, fortunately it wasn't worse than that, but that just kind of speaks to things might look okay on the outside sometimes, and you've really got to stay involved. So I just couldn't believe that a large facility like that could let something like that happen, let that go. I mean, it was just heartbreaking. So from the moment we moved in, like I said, the Eason House family has become our family. My mom did decline fairly quickly. She was here for 2 years and passed away this past December. The difference in her was just unbelievable. From the time that she left the other facility, where basically she was left to sit in a chair all day and just stare into space, after a couple days here, she was up, she was around, she was happy, she was laughing. She lost her ability to communicate very early on, so she couldn't speak in sentences, but we could see an amazing transformation as far as, traits that we hadn't seen for a long time coming out. Her sense of humor, she was joking and laughing and kidding with the staff and teasing in her own way, and it was just unbelievable to see her personality come back and to see her so happy. So that is just, it was priceless. And for her to, my only regret is I wish we had found Eason House sooner. But I'm so thankful that she was able to spend her last 2 years of life here, where she was so loved. To walk in to visit and find, and unannounced, them not knowing that I was coming, and find one of the caregivers on the couch curled up with my mom, cuddling with her. Where are you going to find that? It's a true sense of compassion and love for these residents. It's not a job. They carry this with them 24/7. They'd often send me pictures while I was at work so I could, see what was going on. And I don't believe there's care like this. There's certainly no better care anywhere. There may be places as good. There's no place better. And I've remained friends with much of the staff, and still come to visit the ladies that are here, and it's fantastic. The last 3 weeks of my mom's life were extremely difficult. We wanted very, very badly to keep her here, and we had hospice in, so they were coming regularly, but my mom was falling more, and we couldn't. She wanted to be up, and she was very unsteady and just had a lot of issues. So as it turned out, we did move her to Kobacker House, an inpatient hospice at the end for the last 9 days. But I don't doubt for a second that if I had wanted her to stay here, Tim's staff would have found a way to make that happen. At that point, I needed the support of the medical staff there. But they were so good to me those last couple of weeks, and we're at Kobacker House to visit. It just goes to show it's not a job, they're not patients, these are residents, and they're so loved by this staff.